When I was a kid, my Uncle Ray seemed like the coolest person alive. He was only 4 years younger than my dad, but the difference between them felt enormous. While my dad was a straight-laced detective with the Santa Monica Police Department, strict, disciplined, always in uniform, Uncle Ray ran a laid-back surf shop down by the beach. But it wasn't some lazy side gig, it was a real business with regular customers, 6 employees and a solid profit. Still, my dad always looked at him with that half annoyed, half affectionate big brother look, like Ray was a lovable screw-up. Ray had a house right on the beach. Every summer we'd drive over to spend a day there, swimming, sunbathing, talking, playing with his bright, bubbly girlfriend Nina. It all felt so easy. Until one summer, we were packed and ready to go, towels, food, beach toys all set, and then suddenly Dad says Ray can't have us over. He's busy, he said. We'd still go to the beach, just not to Ray's place. I was disappointed, but the second my feet touched the sand, I forgot all about it. I was 7, I needed nothing more than the sun and a plastic shovel. But even then I sensed something was off. My parents kept exchanging strange looks, whispering when they thought we couldn't hear. My mum had this tight-lipped look the whole day, but I didn't ask. I was just a kid. The next day they sat me and my little brother down on the couch and told us Uncle Ray had been in a car accident, that he went to heaven. I cried. A lot. But like most childhood grief, it faded with time. I grew up, got a degree, got a job. I moved in with my girlfriend in Oxnard. A few years later, we drove back down to Santa Monica to visit my parents. We had dinner, shared some laughs, and then we were on our way home, driving along the familiar coastal highway. That's when my girlfriend suddenly got quiet. "You okay?" I asked. She nodded, then added, "It's just sometimes this part of the highway creeps me out." "Why?" She told me a story. About 20 years ago, her mum's friend went to stay in a cabin with her boyfriend. She told everyone where she was going, when she'd be back, but she never came home. Her parents got worried, the cops got involved. Eventually they found the car, crashed at the bottom of a ravine. The boyfriend was behind the wheel, dead. But the girl, she was in the trunk, dismembered and wrapped in plastic. The boyfriend's fingerprints were all over the plastic. Everyone assumed the obvious, he killed her, then drove off a cliff. But my girlfriend's mum said the guy had seemed sweet, kind, the last person you'd expect to do something like that. She was called Nina, my girlfriend added softly. Poor girl. I went silent, drove for a minute or two without speaking. Then I asked, "Did you say Nina?" "Yeah, you've heard this story before." 2 memories slammed into me. 1, Uncle Ray had a girlfriend named Nina. 2, we were told he died in a car, but there was never any mention of it being intentional. Never any detail. My heart started pounding. "What was the boyfriend's name?" I asked. She thought for a second. "Something like Rick or Ron or maybe Ray, I said. Her eyes widened. "Yes, that was it. Ray. Why, did you know him?" I didn't answer, just gripped the wheel harder. Then I pulled over, stepped out of the car and called my dad. It was almost 9 p.m. My mum had gone to bed. Dad was watching TV. He picked up right away. "What's going on?" he asked, instantly sensing something. "Dad, how did Uncle Ray really die?" There was a pause. Then he said, "Come by tomorrow. I'll tell you everything." Next morning, I was already on the road. When I got to my parents' place, Mum was crying before I even stepped inside. Dad looked like the years had finally caught up to him. We sat down and they told me. Ray and Nina had gone for a weekend getaway in a cabin near the Redwoods. On Monday, Ray called my dad. He was upset, rambling, saying something had happened, but not explaining what. Then he hung up. A couple hours later, 2 police officers, friends of my dad, came to the house. They told him Ray had been found and it wasn't just a car accident. The police investigation uncovered some disturbing details. That weekend, all the surrounding cabins, usually booked solid, were strangely empty. No reservations, just Ray and Nina. The day of the crash, they'd stopped at a gas station. A clerk remembered them, said they were calm. Ray pumped gas. Nina bought a soda. Nothing seemed off. But sometime after that, something went very, very wrong. Ray made that strange phone call, then shortly after, his car went off the road. Nina's body was found in the trunk, dismembered and wrapped up. Ray's fingerprints were on everything. My dad told me the phone call haunts him to this day. He said Ray wasn't making sense, just saying nonsense words. He'd tried to calm him down, told him he'd call back in a couple hours, but Ray never picked up again. When Dad told me all this, his voice shook. It was the first and only time I saw him cry. He was angry. Not just sad, furious that there were no answers, that whatever happened to Ray's mind, they never figured it out. When I got home, I told my girlfriend. She didn't blame me, didn't freak out. She just held me and listened. For a while, we talked about it a lot. She never told her mum though. She didn't want to reopen that wound. Eventually, we moved past it. We broke up a few years later for reasons unrelated. But I'll always remember how she was there for me, how she helped me carry a truth I never wanted, but couldn't unlearn. Sometimes I still think about Ray, about whether he snapped, or whether there was something darker we'll never understand. But one thing I know for sure, even years after he was gone, he changed everything.